Indiana Jones 5 debuts at Cannes, and the reviews are in. And are they good? Are they good? I don't know. Well, they got a standing ovation, lukewarm 5 minute ovation, and there's some footage out there on the social medias of Harrison Ford getting emotional there as people were giving him the ovation in an emotional goodbye. So, based on that kind of a headline, you would say, well, look, Indiana Jones 5, people are liking it, right? Yeah. Sequel emerge. The first reactions emerge. So, let's get with the good ones first. Redemption. James Mangold redeems Indiana Jones with Dial of Destiny, a farewell to one of the greatest movie characters in cinema history. Action, laughs, charms, just everything that makes him great. Hey, easy there. Thanks, Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller-Bridge for the ride. Again, remember, these are people that are invited over to Cannes. They get put in nice hotels and stuff like that. So I don't expect them too much to come out trashing it. Maybe. Harrison Ford's last stand as Indiana Jones is a terrific thrill ride. Here's the Total Film review. So Total Film was there. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny reveals in Last Hurrah. So, yeah, you would think that James Mangold delivers. Harrison Ford says it's effing magic when it works. So those headlines seem to suggest that people like Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So let's go over to the tomato meter and see what it says, because it should be high by those headlines, right? Oh, sweet Jesus. 44%. That's only 16 reviews. Ooh. And it debuted with some TV spots yesterday as well. Guys, 44%. That's not good. Really? From James Mangold, 44% by Dial of Destiny. Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews. Now remember, this is a franchise kind of film, guys. It's going to have name recognition and people will go out and see it just because of that. That's like what happens with the Fast and Furious franchise and stuff. So it's going to be fairly somewhat immune to some criticism. Look at, is there a positive review at all? Okay, there's a couple. Let's take a look at the Daily Beast that says the de-aging and the CGI manipulations of Ford's body only serve to demonstrate that Dial of Destiny just wants to turn back the clock instead of doing anything new. Well, that was an issue because they issued that what was it, a parade sequence where he was de-aged and it looked awful. You could tell it was just his face plastered on the stunt rider's body on the horse. So that's not good. I was hoping that would get updated by the time the movie came out, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so BBC News says the jokes, the zest, and the exuberance just aren't there. So instead of a joyous send-off for our beloved hero, we get a depressing reminder of how much livelier the past adventures were. But I was really hoping that James Mangold, who did Logan, would be able to pull this through. Indiana Jones on the Dial of Destiny is a dutiful, eager, but ultimately rather joyless piece of nostalgic hokum. Hokum? Describing an Indiana Jones movie? Well, it's not unheard of, but I mean, that was part of the charm of it. Guys, so as we can see, some of the early headlines here were kind of like, it's got a standing ovation. It's a good way to send him off. Harrison Ford gets emotional about his reception. It was like, on the surface level, we see that, yeah, there's like some puffery going on here. And when you actually start to dig into it, it's kind of like, oh no, oh my God. I don't know if I like this. Variety says here, Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny review, Harrison Ford plays the aging Indy in a sequel that serves up nostalgic hokum minus the thrill. Again, what's with this word hokum? I mean, come on. The Ark of the Covenant that actually has ghosts in it that comes out from the get-go. It had that edge of hokum in it, but it was played in such a way that it had Steven Spielberg handling the reins with George Lucas coming up with that hokum. Like that's not a surprise to anyone that it was George Lucas that put these two scenarios together, and it was Spielberg that made it work until, I guess, Indiana Jones 4. Let's take some live comments here. Arglass says the bar was set low with Indiana Jones 4, so I'm expecting a swan song masterpiece. Well, that's what we were hoping, because James Mangold proved that he can deliver with like Wolverine or Logan. But he had that kind of misstep with. Everybody thinks that Logan is a huge masterpiece. I liked it. It's not nearly as epic as some people map it out to be. But remember, James Mangold also did the Wolverine before that, right? Whoops. I think we got to take this with a grain of salt. As I said, the early reviews are coming in and it's not good. But I'm still excited to see Harrison Ford in this and to see what they do. I still will go in with somewhat of an open mind about this, but 44% out of the gate is not the way that you want to start, right? You would like to have at least be like around 70s, 80s or so, and you would want to hear people coming out saying happy, joyful things. Let's go down to some of the people that actually liked it. Somebody from Collider. Oh God! Again, with these, it's a vast step up from the muddled mess of Crystal Skull, and while it's not perfect, with its uneven storytelling, it's not a bad end for our favorite archaeological professor, adventurer. Okay, so even there, in that praise of it, you're conceding some stuff there. You're conceding that it's uneven storytelling. Harrison Ford finds a fitting end to one of the cinema's greatest action heroes and one of the most iconic roles of his career. With this film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a thrilling, action-packed swan song for the iconic character. And guys, I'm not expecting this to be as good as, like, they peaked with Last Crusade. Last Crusade is by far the best Indiana Jones film, in my opinion. You don't get any better than that, because it had a good story, it had good acting, and Harrison Ford had tremendous chemistry with Sean Connery in that. It ended with them riding off into the sunset. You should have stopped it there. I know that there's that temptation to have more, but it's just kind of like, that's the way that should have ended. Because it seems like they just didn't work the story enough. There's going to be lots of flashbacks in this. But the general audience is, I suppose as movie fans, we're movie fans here, so we know that we know these headlines, we see the reviews coming out, and we look at it accordingly. But the casual movie fans, they don't care. You ask a casual movie fan, like someone who will go out and watch movies like Fast and Furious. You ask them, what did you think about Cannes Festival? And they'll be like, what's Cannes? Right? That's what they'll say. So they don't really care about all this stuff. It's mostly for us. We're looking at the temperatures of the room, right? We're looking at what kind of shape the waters are in before we're going into this thing. And so far, the waters for Indiana Jones 5 look mixed. Dubious at best, for sure. We're going to talk about Fast 10 here in a minute. I want to see Fast 10 yesterday. Great movie. Bifer says Fast 10 best movie of 2023. Well, I wouldn't go that far. We're going to do our full review for Fast 10 here in just a little bit, but I do have some good arguments and cases to be made with this. No, it's not the best movie of this year. Not in my opinions. But I'm somebody who looks for. You guys see, you've done full live watch-alongs with me. You know that I look at it at a very analytical level. So I'm looking at story structure. I'm looking at pacing. I'm looking at acting. But as in the case with Fast 10 and hopefully with Indiana Jones 5 here, I'll be able to just go in and say, all right, we're going to give some leniency to those properties because they're just trying to deliver a turn your brain off action thriller. or adventure movie in the case of Indiana Jones. So that's the mindset that I'll be going into it. I'm not expecting it to be something up there for Best Picture or anything like that. Not by far. So, Indiana Jones 5, guys, what do you think about those early reviews? Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and we will talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. All right. So, yeah, we're getting... People are... Fast and Furious 10 opens up today, and everybody's been sort of excited for it.